Hey, what's going on? It's Gary Geiman with Dominate Partners, and I want to give you three things that you can do to help yourself, your company rank higher in Google Maps. These are going to be simple things that you can do today, and you can see movement in maps over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. Number one, on page, and I'm going to break this down: on page, off page. So on page is doing things on Google Maps. Off will be doing it off Google Maps, and then we'll talk about credibility. First thing is on page. The first thing you want to do, so I'm in the Google Business Profile Manager where you can manage your Google Maps listing. First thing you want to do is you want to go to info, and I think on your phone it's profile, but if you're looking at it on a desktop, it's info, and you want to go here to the categories. So your primary category should be roofing contractor, but there's some other categories you should add. For instance, I would add general contractor, remodeler, and probably roofing supply store. Not that you're a general contractor or a remodeler or a supply store, but those categories in conjunction with roofing contractor as the primary gives Google a lot more understanding of when people are searching for things, what it is that you do. You can have up to 9 categories for roofing. I would recommend those 4. There's probably a couple others, but those 4 is what I would definitely recommend. And then you want to make sure your entire Google Maps listing information is completed. You want to make sure that you have your website. If you have an appointment link, we don't have an appointment link, you should put it there. Something we're testing out right now is taking our services and putting them in products for our clients. What that does is your actual services will show up in search. They'll show up and it'll look like an e-commerce product, but it's actually a service. And that's what happens when you put it in products. You want to make sure that you've completed your information here. And one more thing, and I waited to show you guys this, but you want to put in when you started your business, especially if it's been a few years, because anything 3+, 5+, Google is going to show that. All right. So first is info. Next is posts. We post multiple times a day, but you want to be posting 1 to 2 times a day. And you want to make sure that post has things like the name of your business, where you're located. It has the website that you're talking about, the specific service, and then it has your keywords. So right now, marketing agency is a keyword, marketing agency services. That is the keyword that this post is focused on. Then you want to make sure that it goes to a previous post, that it links to a previous post. So you're creating links. Now, if you look, your views this week, we've had 12 posts. We've had 12 views on posts this week. They start from Monday. So and today's Tuesday. So we've had 6 views a day. You're not going to get a ton of conversion or traffic, but this is all for content for Google on the page. The next thing you want to look at are photos. You want to be uploading photos consistently, one to 2 per week minimum. If you can do 1 to 2 per day, great. My recommendation is you go to your job site, you take 10 befores and 10 afters, and you upload those into Google My Business, or I'm sorry, Google Business Profile now, and consistently be uploading those photos. And then finally, reviews. You want to be getting reviews consistently and continuously. We get reviews. Our customers are with us for a longer period of time, so I don't get reviews every single day or every single week. We get them usually monthly. I haven't been on it about responding, but you definitely need to be responding to reviews. The beginning of the year is crazy busy for us, and I haven't had a chance to really respond, but you definitely want to be responding to reviews consistently and continuously. And when you respond, you want to use your keywords and your brand name so that you can get that into the review cycle. Those are the on-page things that I would definitely focus on making sure that are happening. Next thing, so we want to go to our website. So this is an off page because it's off the page of Google Maps. But you want to make sure that at the bottom or in the footer, you have 2 things. You have your NAP, your name, address, phone number, and website, and then you have your Google Maps listing embedded. That is important to give a signal link back to that Google Maps listing. So anytime you can link back to that Google Maps listing from another place on the web, you're building some credibility there. So how do you do that? Well, you go to your listing, Dominate Partners, you go to the Maps listing. So you click on Maps and you're going to come here. You're going to click on share and then embed a map, and you're going to copy this code and you're going to take and put that into the footer of your website. Very important that you put it into the footer and it shows on all pages of that footer. Very, very important. Let's talk about one other off-page item, which is citations or directory listings. These get a lot of play in terms of should you have them. Some people say yes, some people say no. I say yes, and I say you concentrate on local directories so that you can get local credibility. What are local directories? Well, Chamber of Commerce, Kiwanis clubs, business groups. Join those groups, put your information onto their online directory and make sure that it pops back, points back to either your Google listing or to your website. Very huge credibility factors. Now let's talk about credibility related to your listing and your website. So I'm going to do a simple search, local SEO Lexington, and you'll see this is our website. We have a page, local SEO in Lexington, Kentucky. Well, we're in Covington, Kentucky. Lexington is about an hour away. It's not really our local market, but we've developed a plugin, and that plugin can be used to gain information from Wikipedia through Google's API. Now, if you don't have our plugin, which if you're not our client, you don't have that plugin, you can do this yourself. Let me show you what it looks like. So click on this page and, or that, I should say, this listing. And really what's going to pop up is this page right here, right? And so local SEO in Lexington, Kentucky, it's SEO'd for local SEO and Lexington, Kentucky. And if you come to the bottom of the page, obviously the bottom has this, but up here we have areas or about Lexington, Kentucky. This information comes directly from Wikipedia using a plugin and Google's API. Right now the time is not showing, but typically the time shows. You have the mayor, the weather, the population, areas, things to do in Lexington. We're also getting ready to add driving directions from the airport to the center of town to the airport because Google loves directions. And this will allow you to begin to rank. And we have another location, Louisville location page, and we actually show up in the map pack because of that. And we also show number one. And it's all because of that location keyword or the location plugin that pulls that information in. One final tip, if you have crews and you have a location where everyone meets, you have a shop, have them use Google Maps to get directions back to that shop from jobs, when they leave their house. The more times you use that directions on Google Maps, the more credibility you're going to get. Look, you need help ranking. You want to get more jobs with Google. You want to improve your website. I'm going to include a link for you to get a free ranking report. Click on that link, provide your information, and I'll give you some information about our services. Hopefully this helps you rank in Google Maps so you can dominate your market.